Now, Hurricane Milton, we're going tomorrow. It's been upgraded again, not unusual, gathering energies, a weird storm, small, tight storm, spinning really fast, which means it changes fast. So when it went up from 4 to 5, back 5 to 4, now it's back up to 5. We don't know what happens until it happens. The predictions are very dire, especially given that it's going to hit that west coast of Florida again, which is already saturated and beat up. So let's discuss the state of play in this country, storm and political storm. Florida Democrat member of Congress, Jared Moskowitz, also the former emergency management director in the state under Governor DeSantis, by the way. Good to see you.
Good to be with you, Chris.
Let me get a twofer with you, if you don't mind, Congressman. First of all, what do people need to know who are in that area, the level of evacuation, the opportunity to still get out? What do you want people to know?
Yeah, I think there's two things that's important. One, if you live in the flood zone that they're evacuating, whether that's A, B, or C, and they have evacuated those flood zones, you should leave. You should leave. If you didn't learn your lesson in Ian and you didn't learn your lesson in Helene, you should leave. You cannot survive the storm surge that is coming your way. It is about saving your life. I know traffic is inconvenient, but it is about saving your life. And you don't have to go hundreds of miles. You just got to go tens of miles inland. Go to a shelter, go to a friend's house, but get away if you're in those zones. Listen to your local emergency management director. Listen to Kevin Guthrie, the director of emergency management. Listen to the folks telling you to leave. That's number one. Number two is stop paying attention to exactly where this thing is going. This thing is wobbled all over the place. We saw it change in Ian. People thought that was going to be a Tampa storm, and it went south of Tampa. The same thing may happen here. So from Tampa to Collier County, right, from Tampa to Naples, pay attention. 60 or 70 miles here will make a big difference in that wobble. So those are the two things I think people should pay attention to, Chris.
Second point. Of course, you're a Democrat. Of course, you're a member of the House, but you're a guy from Florida, and these are your people. Do you believe that people who were affected by Helene have been shortchanged by the Biden administration, who wants to give money for them to other places? Is that a fair criticism?
No, there's zero evidence of that. Okay. Like, first of all, if there isn't money available, that's on Congress. Okay. It was Congress who decided not to fund FEMA's DRF, the Disaster Relief Fund. I filed the bill, okay, and it didn't go anywhere. Now, the Speaker did put $10 billion forward in the first CR, but that failed. His political CR, which he tied to nonsense. When he came back with a clean CR, the Speaker is the one who stripped the $10 billion away from FEMA. Instead, what he did was he said, hey, FEMA, you can draw down your 2025 budget money early. Well, the problem is FEMA already had an $8 billion backlog. So take $8 billion out of that 20. And now you have an unprecedented disaster in Hurricane Helene, 5-state disaster. And now you have a Category 5 storm coming towards Florida. So to be clear, if there is a funding issue with SBA and FEMA, it is on Congress. And Congress knew about both of these things before they went on break.
Why isn't it that Biden could have given the money to these folks that he gave to migrants or to Lebanon or to anything else that's not these people that Americans may not like?
These are all different pots of money, Chris. I mean, why aren't we taking it from the commerce budget? Why aren't we taking it from FAA? You can't do those sort of things. It comes from the budget that you fund. This is not like, oh, we have two bank accounts. Why don't I just go on Bank of America and hit the transfer button? That's not how it works in government. There are lines of appropriation that then the executive branch has to follow. If there isn't money, and by the way, there is money available for both Helene and for Milton. They are drawing down FEMA the 2025 budget. There won't be money soon because they will have spent all of that. But if there isn't money, it's on Congress. It's on nobody else.
Gotcha. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.